This one person said, is it too late to get good if I'm starting over at 41? Well, first of all, no, it's not too late. Absolutely not. But I'm going to reframe this question as what I would do if I was starting over. This definitely applies to folks who are 50, 60, 70 plus. Okay, so the first thing that I would do is I would identify my goal. So, like, meaning, what is it that you want to achieve with your guitar playing? We all have a reason that we got into guitar. Sometimes it's not as specific as it really needs to be in order to make quick progress. So, is your goal to cover other people's songs in the comfort of your own home and just kind of create a cool environment for your family to listen to music? But you might have no intention of getting out there and sharing your music. Or do you want to write your own music and be able to accompany yourself as, solo singer-songwriter playing sets around your local community and build a local following? Or are you hot on the trail of a national career? Are you really looking to give it a full go and hit the road and dedicate all your time and significant portion of resources to building a career that can earn income? So there's going to be different approaches to getting good fast, depending on what your intention is. And speaking of intention, the next step is to identify your level of intention. So how badly do you want this? Are you cool with it sort of being like a slow burn, or are you like, I need to achieve this? Like, rank yourself from level 1 to 10. And if you're level 3, then, you can kind of take it easy. The path that I'm about to lay out will still work for you. But if you're, say, a level 8, 9, or 10, then the path that I'm going to lay out for you, it means that you follow it and you are being responsible with your time, and you're being disciplined, and you're, really honing in on this as opposed to maybe watching more television or sleeping in or that sort of stuff. So first is identify your goal. Second is identify your level of commitment, or I call it your level of intention. And the next step would be to identify your opportunities for weekly playing time. So take a look at your weekly schedule. And if you are the type of person that has a routine schedule that it doesn't change at all, identify those blocks where you can play, where you can practice, where you can focus on this goal. And if you don't have any time, locate blocks of time that are currently being used for things that are not important to your goal. Again, maybe watching TV. Like, you'd be amazed by how much time we spend looking at our phones at night after the kids go to bed or whatever, or watching TV to unwind. These are your moments to pursue your goal, to pursue your dream. So find those times within your week. So on every Sunday, I go through my schedule and I think about the times that I have in my upcoming week where I can get these things done. So on a Sunday night, go through your upcoming week and put in the block times to practice. All right. Don't look at your schedule and be like, okay, I'm going to practice on Monday at 4 p.m. and leave it at that. Put it in your calendar, block it out so that you have that time there. When that time arrives, you know that you're supposed to be doing this. So see if you can block out a couple hours. And I got to say that you will make more progress by being consistent, even if it's at a lower level, than you will be if you go in sort of binge spurts. So, like, if you're the type of person that feels guilty and then you put in 8 hours and you realize that wasn't sustainable and it fucked your week all up, the next week you're not going to do it. So what I'm saying is, it's better to put in 2 hours, and over the course of a month you'll get the 8 hours, as opposed to, binging 1 week, realizing that it just messed your whole schedule up and you're never going to do it again, and months go by. And so less is more, turtle in the hair. It's better to take it slow and consistent. Consistency adds up over time. Listen, if you do this for 2 years, imagine where you're going to be if you can put in a couple hours a week. So the next step, this is where we get out into the world. All right. So the first 3 things are all internal. So set a goal, set a level of intention, and then find your opportunities for weekly playing time and put them in your calendar. Those are the first 3 things. All right. Those are all internal. You need to do those things. So these next couple get you out into the world. So the next thing I would suggest is finding a program. So it could be a course. It could be it could be maybe you're studying an artist and you're just going to do it. You're just going to learn all their songs. But what I mean is finding a program means that you're not scattered. You're not sort of grasping in the dark for what material to practice. You are sitting down with intention, and you know exactly what you're going to play each day. That's why I recommend a program. I've got a good one. I'm not going to be an asshole and say that there aren't a ton of other great programs out there. So look to see what programs are focusing on the music you love, whether or not the instructor has a good vibe. And I'm talking about DIY courses, really. You could find... I'm talking about DIY courses. It could be a music book. I don't know. But you just want to have something to focus on every time you sit, as opposed to sitting down with a blank slate and going, I don't know what the hell I should be playing. That's a recipe for procrastination. Okay? So identify your goal, identify your level of intention, identify your opportunities for weekly playing time, then find a program. All right, so the next step after that is to find some sort of social accountability safety net. Okay, so don't silo. Don't go this alone. If it's just you, your chances of procrastination or giving up are so much higher. So my suggestion is to find a collaborator, start a band, join a song circle, become a regular at an open mic series, get a singer-songwriter coach, join a group program, something that's going to have you interfacing with other humans where you all are aware of the common goal. And so if you show up without having achieved the common goal, there's that feeling of like, I didn't do my part. For many of us, including me, that helps me so much. Okay, so that's the next step. That's step 5, to find some sort of social accountability safety net. And then the last thing that I want to say, because all of this stuff is so type A, just organized, and it might seem to some listeners that I'm saying like, remove all the joy and just treat it like a job. So my last point is to remember to have fun, or as one of my singer-songwriter mentorship clients calls it, squirreling, meaning remember to save time to be distracted and attracted by to random fun things. Okay, so I always say that improving in music requires wearing 2 hats. You need to wear your student hat, or your getting down to business hat, those are synonymous, and you need to wear your artist hat, or your having fun hat. All right, so, and not to say that you can't mix those 2 vibes and have fun while you're working, or take your artist stuff seriously, but remember that music is about playing and it's about having fun. So if you are only in this like, I need to get this done, I need to be organized and rigid, you're going to zap all of the joy out of it and you're going to quit. So remember to squirrel. Remember to wear the artist hat and to do things that amaze you and things that are fun and things that are not part of your program, so that you can still have inspiration and joy.